Hey guys, how's it going? Hey Tanya and Mimi Jean, RJ, Rhiannon. I do think she is late. She just captured the time it was set up. Yeah. So when you set up a video for live, it just goes ahead and yeah. I didn't really set a time because I figured I would be live here in a second. And plus, I thought the longer I wait, the quicker people would be in here once I did go live, hopefully. I was hoping to get in the people in here who, there was like 5 or 6 of you that donated to help with the cases, I guess we should say. So I have to run something by you guys. The ones I thought this was the best way to go about it, because even though I know you guys, I don't think you guys would care. I really don't. And there's a method to the madness. So we'll wait just a little bit longer while people come in. This video will probably stay up. And I wasn't expecting to be on here live. Hey, Lisa. Let's see. Hopefully we get in here Annie and a couple of them I've talked to privately. What this live will not be about, though, won't be any type of direct communication with the defendant or about her specifically, since there are, lawsuits pending. It's probably not a good idea to really address her or her content. My video that I have uploaded, it did exactly like what I thought it would do. Trust and believe. I have a reasoning behind everything that I'm doing. It's not just, I don't just like go live willy-nilly without thinking because I'm upset or something about what was said, or I am seeing a little bit more of her content. I know she was live today for almost 4 hours, somebody told me, or something, like harassing me and pulling up private stuff. But that's not going to be what this is about. There's Annie. Hey, Paula. So I have an idea, and I just want to wait. I don't want to have to keep repeating what this is, because it's a little bit hard to explain. It's a little bit hard to explain. The fish and turtles are getting so big. So you guys know, I have to do everything all on my own. And so that means I have to figure this all out and file everything alone. It becomes expensive very time consuming. And it also takes away from me working from, making money on, doing readings and the other things I have going on. And hey, Kathy. So recently I let you guys know that a few days ago, finally, the harassment, well, it's actually a small claims, like harassment / defamation lawsuit, okay, finally got accepted and is filed, and there's already a court date for May 19th. Okay, this is the most important of the two lawsuits by far. Without a doubt, it's definitely the most important. When I filed the copyright infringement, I was really not sure. I was obviously going back and forth in my mind about the idea of filing a defamation lawsuit, but I hadn't yet. The copyright infringement lawsuit was first. And that was like on March 23rd, okay? It wasn't until over a week later that I went forward and filed the small claims lawsuit, okay? Was March 31st. However, it literally sat for over about 2 weeks before it was even accepted into the system, and I didn't know if something was going on. I can't get any help from legal aid, really, because they don't accept these types of lawsuits, okay? Either one, the copyright infringement or the defamation. So, yeah, I am currently here with 2 different lawsuits. Of course, I have a very good feeling. Oh, well, thank you, Kathy. I have a very, very, very good feeling that the defendant is going to run from being served in the small claims harassment lawsuit. It's a much bigger deal than a copyright lawsuit, guys. I know you guys had let me know that she had supposedly filed a motion to dismiss. I honestly thought it was bullshit. And then that's in the copyright infringement. It's a little bit complicated when it comes to copyright infringement cases. More complicated than I ever freaking would have ever imagined. So you obviously have to, well, not obviously, but to me at the time anyways, you have to file what's called a copyright registration, which I showed you guys I did because with the one video, because in the lawsuit, 2 different videos of mine were mentioned and 3 links of hers. And 2 of the links that she got strikes on, it was one same video, which kind of helped my situation. So that's the one, because it was that I registered with the copyright office first. However, it takes several weeks for something like that to go through, okay? And I filed my lawsuit before I had filed the copyright registration, which it depends on the courts. Sometimes they'll move forward with the filing if you have if your copyright registration is just pending, and sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll reject it, okay? I know, Sharon, it's unreal, and I don't know why anybody is encouraging this behavior, but keep it up because there's people watching. That's all I'm going to say. So, anyways, you have to register your content. I do have the one I've showed already where I could bring that up. Is this it right here? Let me find where the document is. Right here. I think this is it. Yep. Here we go. Just for those who did donate, like I said, it was like $200 that I brought in, but it doesn't matter. I need to, for the vote, people that did, I have to, this is the pending performing work of arts right here. Work of performing arts. It shows pending. This is and this has to do with the one of the videos that mentioned the lawsuit. Oh shit! You can't see it. So that's the one of the. Hey, September Angel. Huh? Was it glitching? So so she, and I just found out a couple days ago that she actually did file a motion to dismiss into the copyright lawsuit. Only that's the only one that she will focus on, because that's the only one she has any chance of hell on beating. I mean, like, and the only reason is because of the copyright registration or thing that you have to do, and the fact that it's pending, and I don't have actual copyright registration on it yet because it takes time. And the thing is, YouTube only gives you 10 days to show proof of a lawsuit. So how do you do this? How do you register your content, right? And do that in 10 days. So I have to respond to this motion to dismiss. She's ignoring, in my opinion, the harassment lawsuit. And I feel this is just, maybe she'll surprise me and she'll actually file her appearance. And that she won't run or whatever. However, I feel that she's going to avoid service and I've come up with a clever idea. I mean, this is gonna, in my opinion, kill multiple birds with one stone. And she's also emailed me, guys, about the copyright infringement lawsuit, which also shows that she is aware of the copyright infringement, but she filed into it. She filed a motion to dismiss. So that's obviously she's aware. She's shown that she's aware of the lawsuit, even though she sent me an email stating I have 21 days until she files it. So I could really, if I wanted to, respond and be like, well, here's an email saying she gave me 21 days for, it's called a Rule 11. and which she did not abide by. She immediately filed. I didn't know that. And so I'm most concerned with this harassment defamation lawsuit, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, what is the copyright infringement court going to do for me? I'm going to show you guys what I'm thinking about doing, and I've thought about, as a way to prove to the Shelby County courts that the defendant is aware of the lawsuit, in the event, the small claims lawsuit, in the event that she does try to avoid it, I'm going to use this as extra proof that she is aware of the lawsuit, and that is through none other than my other lawsuit that she has responded to, and she has emailed me. So I'm thinking about responding to her motion to dismiss with my notice of a voluntary dismissal, where I mention the reason for the dismissal of the copyright infringement would be because I have other litigations of a defamation lawsuit through a different court. And then I'm going to attach to this notice Exhibit 1, and I'm going to attach the complaint for the complaint about the other lawsuit, and make the court on the infringement court aware that I have this other lawsuit, and that way I can show the court, well, right here, this lawsuit that she's responded to, she's aware of and responding to. Okay, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this, or what the idea is. No, this isn't about money at all. This is about her. I'm asking the court to, that she is not allowed to speak about me online, and I'm asking for another protective order. I am asking for damages, but I don't care about that. I'm not ever going to get it. She owes other people damages in previous lawsuits she hasn't paid. I'm never going to get something like that. I don't care. I just want her to leave me alone. That's it. I have not filed this yet, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm thinking about doing. And this is so extra because I just have here we go. I just have a very good feeling that she's going to avoid service of the other lawsuit. So in response to her motion to dismiss, and this is going to be filed to the copyright infringement court. And I'm putting, so this is, I'm the plaintiff's notice of voluntary dismissal. And I put plaintiff, and I put my name, appearing pro se, respectfully notifies the court that they do not oppose the defendant's motion to dismiss. Plaintiff agrees to the dismissal of this copyright infringement action because there is currently a pending small claims case involving the same parties and underlying facts, specifically case number, and then I put the case number for the small claims harassment lawsuit for defamation and lawsuit in the Shelby County Superior Court number 2, attached as Exhibit 1, or attached as Exhibit 1 is the plaintiff's filing with the Shelby County Clerk. And then am going to email this to her because that's how she emailed me court stuff. So now I'm able to email her this as service, or as her becoming aware of this document. And I attached and I don't know why, I'm going to fix this. I don't know why it's up there, but that's not important. I attached the other lawsuit, which is the harassment, defamation, small claims lawsuit. And I attached it to the copyright infringement court as a reason why I'm planning. I guess this is just an idea, guys. I don't know. And I put in the whole complaint here. I put complaint for damages. So I put, up here, it's just a copy of the complaint that she'll get when she is served, which we already know she's going to more than likely run like she did with the first one. And I said plaintiff, and I put myself representing herself pro se, states the following for her complaint against the defendant. I said, the plaintiff defendant resides at, venue is preferred in Shelby County under Indiana trial, whatever, because the defendant is not a resident of Indiana, the plaintiff resides in Shelby County. I put notice or statement of claim. The defense actions have included but are not limited to. And I think you guys have heard this before, but this is just going to be an extra layer of security when she tries to not show up, when she tries to avoid service, and after I get all these, probably all these attempts of service failing, trying to notify her, and I could file with a court and, ask for alternative service, a way to serve her alternatively. And then I could also, when I go into court, show this through I know it's confusing, guys. I'm trying my best to keep this straight for you guys, because there's two, and this consolidates it for me, guys. So I don't have, it's a lot. It's a lot of time, especially a lot of money, a lot of energy on when I really need to be focusing on other things. And I'm doing this all by myself, and I have literally a month to do this. So I put the defendant's actions have included but are not limited to. I go, I put her name, also known as 6up Media, on the social platform. YouTube has acquired an unhealthy obsession with the plaintiff, also known as Ziggy on YouTube, which began January of 2022 and has continued ever since. I said the summer of 2025, the defendant contacted Dollar General, a store I frequent regularly, and made false claims that I was filming customers and staff while live on YouTube. On multiple occasions, the defendant bragged about calling Child Protective Services and has encouraged her audience on her YouTube channel, 6up Media, including the link here, and I put the link. I put the summer of 2025, the defendant somehow impersonated me to my electric company, Duke Energy, and was somehow able to access my payment history and balance, and she would post this information on our YouTube channel on several occasions. I put the defendant has contacted past friends, family, and boyfriends in an attempt to get personal information about me to harass me online, which on some occasions she would have these people on her YouTube platform to expose the defendant or to expose, oops, I put defendant, that needs to change. Anyways, the end of 2025 or 2022, the defendant somehow obtained private court documents that were filed in a civil protection order that the plaintiff had filed on a previous domestic partner, and the defendant posted this document online. I said, defendant's actions have caused the plaintiff a significant amount of distress and financial loss due to repeated acts of online stalking, slander, and defamation. On March 28, 2022, Shelby County Superior Court in Indiana awarded the plaintiff a 2-year order of protection in which the defendant did not abide, and the order has been expired for over 2 years and the harassment has remained ongoing. I put plaintiff has requested that defendant ceases contact, but the harassment has continued. On March 29th, 2026, plaintiff sent a cease and desist notice for harassment to mediate the situation that defendant disregarded and was back online the same night slandering the plaintiff. And I put under the prayer for relief that the plaintiff requests that the court, plaintiff respectfully requests that this court issue a preliminary injunction and or a permanent injunction enjoining, and I put her name, from publishing, posting, or distributing false or defamatory statements regarding plaintiff on any social media platform, internet, or website, engaging in a course of conduct intended to harass, annoy, or alarm the plaintiff through online communications, tagging, mentioning, or otherwise directing online content towards the plaintiff that causes irreparable harm to plaintiff's reputation. I put enter a judgment of an order of protection against defendant, enter judgment against defendant, award compensatory damages for emotional distress and harm, and grant any other relief that the court deems appropriate. Respectfully signed, or March 31st. That's when I first tried to file this document. But this is just attached to the original document up here. And since she is responding to the copyright infringement lawsuit, but avoiding the small claims lawsuit, in my opinion, this will help prove to the court, like through the other lawsuit, that she's aware of this. So, oh yeah, this is a defamation. That's what this is. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, that the most important issue here is the small claims defamation harassment lawsuit, because the copyright injunction or copyright infringement is not, I mean, I'm not really sure what they could do for me. Because it's not all, okay, I understand that she's been playing my content like every night for years on end. But the thing is, you have to register each video specifically. You can't just like cover your whole YouTube channel and be like, okay, this is like registered with a copyright registration. You have to do each and every video at like $65 to $85 a pop. And so we're talking about 2 videos that is included in the copyright infringement. And one of them is only an 11-second video. And so what it would do is, if they award in my favor, you know, YouTube would might put strikes on her channel, and she might lose her channel. But that's like the maximum that I feel like they would be able to do for me. So does anybody object to this idea of consolidating the lawsuits into the just pursuing the small claims harassment lawsuit? Because that's the one that they're going to be able to order her not to speak on me, order her a protective order against her, order damages. You know, that's the one that is the most important, and that's the why she is, I feel like she's not worried about the copyright infringement, and there's a reason why. So, speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh, I have the videos. Yeah, that's all part of the evidence. But people don't understand there's 2, I know it's confusing, but there's 2 lawsuits, guys, in 2 different separate courts. So, I was just going to do this on my own. But I wanted to ask, especially to those who donated, if they had a problem with us just moving forward on the harassment lawsuit, which is supposed to be next month. The copyright infringement is going to cost even more money and a lot of time, and we don't know when. We don't know when we'll have a court date. Now, I will tell you what would be beneficial in the copyright infringement. However, it's not going to happen before the defamation lawsuit. If we could get the copyright infringement first, I could prove service. I could have her served at that court hearing for the other one. However, the copyright infringement is going to take a lot longer, the way it looks, and I won't have that opportunity. So I'm just putting a lot of safeguards here in place. Well, no, this isn't like, I have, this part she's going to know about anyway, so it really doesn't matter me talking about it online. I have to, as soon as I file something, a response, she's going to know as far as soon as, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter me talking about this right now. So yeah, I'm guessing from the quietness, we don't have any objections. We're still moving forward with the, that's why we're asking Sanilla, whoever the hell you are. That's why we're asking the people that are here if they're okay with this decision. The donations were for my court proceedings. It wasn't just for copyright infringement. It was for my legal battle. Oh, yeah. Oh, Annie. Oh, let me just add, this is not all the things that are going to be shown to the court that's in that document. No, that's only, just like it says in the document, this is not it says right here, the defendant's actions have included, but not limited to. There's going to be more. This is not what I'm filing with the harassment court as far as, I had an attitude? I just said, I'm sorry, I didn't have an attitude at all. I don't know where you got that. I didn't have an attitude at all. I was just saying this is why I am bringing this. There was the 5 or 6 people are actually here, Sadnilla, so, and all have been contacted off during this live. So, yeah, no need to worry there. That's why we're doing this. Yeah, this is just a summary. That's not even all the evidence. No, I'm not going to put up all my evidence here to show her what I'm submitting to the court. That's just, I mean, this is a document that she should have anyways, if you know what I mean. I'm okay right now, Tanya. It's going to just take a lot of time. The copyright infringement, is what, that's what I'm wanting to just move forward with the harassment lawsuit and go ahead and agree to dismiss the copyright infringement because they're not going to be able to do anything really for me. What is a copyright infringement court going to do for me? So, and I have 2 lawsuits, and I'm trying to consolidate and think which is obviously the harassment lawsuit is definitely the one that's going to be able to get what I need done. No, you're not slow. It's just very, very confusing. So right now it's just a matter of time trying to, you know what I mean? This is not, I'm not asking for any money. I'm just like, for the ones that have already donated, I wanted to make sure that they were okay with this decision. So I don't know if it's okay to, I don't want to sit here and name everybody individually, the ones that did, because I don't want them, to, I don't want them, I forget what I was going to say. Okay, so we got, and they're all here. Every single one of them is here that donated, except one that I contacted privately already and talked to him about this idea. So yeah. I'm thinking about it, Judge. I'm thinking about it and just focusing on the harassment lawsuit. Yeah, because I have 2. And at the time that I filed the copyright infringement in March 23rd, like it was like a week and a half later that I decided to move forward with the harassment lawsuit, because after sending the cease and desist, it just continued and she didn't want to mediate. So I went ahead and went forward. And now, like, I have 2 different lawsuits I'm having to file into and take care of. And honestly, the most important one by 100 times is it's 2 different, unfortunately. What Ziggy is preventing from happening is by doing this is what a channel has gone through in Florida. The laws with copyright has changed so drastically. It's crazy, guys, especially with YouTube. It's unreal. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be laws. It'd be the laws affecting copyright. It's changed. Like, it is, Tanya. But I did file with the court. I don't know if it's accepted or not because they didn't respond. I mean, they filed they went ahead and moved forward with the lawsuit. It's filed. We have a court date, May 19th. And one second, Stacy, I'll get your question. I filed a waiver of fees, so hopefully I won't have to pay anything, and that will be passed on to the defendant. But they have not asked any money, like, for the filing upright. Anyways, I didn't expect to have 2 lawsuits. So anyways, what do you guys think? I already knew that was coming with that person. These randoms I've never seen. And Stacy, she says, can you request the court combine the 2 lawsuits? You could if they were in the same court, but they're 2 different. And that's another thing. We're talking a federal court, and then we're talking a county court. If I had, trust and believe, if I had a lawyer willing to handle both these things, like, I would absolutely move forward with it. But everything that I need done is going to be able to get done in the harassment lawsuit. Why am I going to move forward with a copyright lawsuit if the harassment lawsuit is going to order her to stop talking about me online? That means she has to stop playing my content on YouTube and addressing me in any way. So that settles it right there. So if moving forward with the copyright infringement, what that would do is, all that would possibly do is, if I won, maybe they would apply the strikes to her channel, and then she might lose her channel. I could, Tanya. So if I also, that's another thing. If I agree to this dismissal, it does not waive my right to file proceedings in the future. However, if I were to go against her motion to dismiss, then, and I were to deny it or object to it, then, and let's say I lost, I lose any type of opportunity. And let's say they decide, oh, well, your copyright registration is still pending, so we're going to dismiss this. I'm pretty sure if they dismiss it that way, you're not able to bring litigation again on it. I have to respond to her motion to dismiss, though, is a problem. So, which I was not aware of it because she did not send it to me like she's supposed to. You're supposed to send the other person, or their attorney, or their, which she's very aware of my address. You know, I'm not the one running, so she didn't send this to me. So I could definitely object to it, but plus I do have pending. I just feel like I could always go and file in the future if I wanted to. Hey, Tasha. So I'm pretty sure every single, there was like 5 or 6 of you. We might be missing one. But think about it. Let me explain this to you guys one more time, just because I know it's super, super confusing, okay? Where I'm going with this. Let me show you I have to screenshot it though. Because I have to mark out her name and all that. Okay. Right, Tanya, and that's what I thought you guys would be more worried about, and that's why I'm saying that is going to be handled by the harassment. Okay, let's say once I'm able to get this harassment lawsuit and get that all, and I'm going to win it. I mean, I'm very, very confident in that. I'm very confident. I've had a 2-year protective order ordered by the same court, and so that's even more evidence. I have a lot of evidence that it's going to be really difficult for her to fight that. When I've had a protective order ordered by the same court before, that's even, it shows a pattern, a history of her behavior, and she's still continuing this. And it expired in 2024, and here we are in 2026, and she's still harassing. And, that's going to look really bad in the courts, on top of all the other stuff mentioned. So, again, I'm going to try to explain this here. Let me see. Oh, we could also show this right here. I'm going to show you guys. Okay, how about let's show this one first. Because it doesn't share any personal information. And so I can't combine them into two different, or into the same. Unfortunately, you can't combine them into, because they're two different courts. Copyright infringement is a completely separate court. So we have here, this is the filings for the copyright infringement, okay? Lawsuit. On 3/23, it shows up here that I filed the complaint, okay? It shows all the filings down throughout here for the lawsuit. Here on number 8, this motion to dismiss was filed by the defendant, okay, which makes her aware of, which shows that she's aware of this lawsuit. So I'm planning on filing into this lawsuit because look here, let me show you this. Trying to simplify this because this is like very confusing. Here we have the other lawsuit. And it says opened as a new case, 3/31, but on 4/13, they finally filed it. And she has not filed anything into this. And I have a very good feeling that she's probably not going to. So let's go back. This is the one where, and it shows that we have a court date, May 19th at 1:30, okay? Oh, you're not seeing, I'm sorry. This is the harassment lawsuit, small claims. And it shows right here, May 19th at 1:30, we have a court date, okay? She has not filed her appearance with this court. However, of course, she did immediately for the other one. But for this one, she's avoiding it. In my opinion, like I said, she might surprise us. You never know. But I'm telling you, she did like within a day for the other one. This one she's avoiding, and there's a reason for that. Because it's the one that's going to, let's say she violates this order and she continues her harassment, I can then call the police. That's when you call the police and you have her arrested because I have a court order. But see, it sucks. This is the way you have to go, but that's the only way you can get somebody really arrested for harassment. Is if you have a legal lawsuit banning them from being able to, speak of you online. It's kind of like, yeah. Anyways, you get it, right? So, back to, again, the copyright. I have to respond to this motion to dismiss right here. Sorry, they've changed something with StreamYard and it sucks because, yeah, I have to file a response. And so that is, since she's avoiding the other one, I'm going to think, like I said, when thinking about filing into this one, let's see, it's called a notice of voluntary dismissal, where I basically agree to dismiss the copyright infringement lawsuit. And then I say, like I said, so I do this because, you know, it shows that she's aware. It shows that she is aware of this copyright infringement lawsuit. So it's going to help me with the other court on the harassment if she avoids service, like I feel like she's going to do. Because I'm going to file into this court right here. I'm just explaining this one more time. Since she'll, you know, she's okay with the copyright infringement, but she's avoiding this one because she thinks she has a chance with the copyright infringement. But she knows she doesn't have a chance in hell with the harassment case. Which she wouldn't have a chance with the copyright infringement either if I had like active registration, which takes weeks, you guys. It's not like an overnight thing. So it really doesn't make sense, like YouTube's like whole thing that they have going nowadays with copyright. Either way, if I file this into the copyright court saying I agree that I do not oppose the defendant's motion to dismiss because of this right here, because, and then I add in that we have another case pending in a different court. Okay? And then at the bottom, I attach as Exhibit 1 that whole claim with the other court. Which this is going to make her aware of the harassment case. And I can show the other court, like, hey, you know, I had other litigations with her, and she responded to me by email, for one, through this, for this lawsuit. She also responded directly with the court, and I file this with the court, the copyright infringement. That makes her even shows more proof to my harassment court, like she's aware of the harassment lawsuit and small claims proceedings. You see where I'm going with this? Since she wants to respond to the copyright infringement case, but she doesn't want to respond to the other one. I don't even have a court date though, Tanya. See, the thing, it doesn't work like that because my videos have to go through registration and stuff, like, before they'll even do a court date. So in order to move forward with a court date and copyright infringement, we have to wait until the registration is not pending anymore. Because in order for the videos to be considered, you have to register them and pay for the registration, and it takes weeks for that to get approved. But no, there's not. No, I did, but it's pending. It's not automatic. I did. But it's pending. You have to get it takes weeks for it to get in the system and stuff is what I mean. I paid for it and got the ball rolling with that, like I showed, but it takes weeks for it to actually be considered registered. You know what I mean? It's a process. It's not fast. It's not like, oh, you pay for it and it's immediately covered. They have to make sure it's your work, right? They have to make sure what you're registering is actually yours. And yeah. But see, the thing is, the harassment court is going to, I'm guessing, more than likely grant this protective order again. And I should say small claims court, not harassment court. It's actually technically small claims. The prayer for relief, like I said at the bottom here, this is what is going to happen. She won't be able to make any more videos on me. I mean, she could, but she would go to jail. So this is my prayer for relief right here. Right here, prayer for relief. And this is the harassment small claims lawsuit. And I just asked the court that the court basically right here just ban her from speaking about me online, which she's not going to be able to sit there and every night going over my videos to make money on my videos, harassing me. You know, that's not commentary, that's harassment. And then enter an order of judgment or order of protection. Enter a judgment against her, which includes award compensatory damages for emotional distress and any other, any other relief that the court deems appropriate. The court deems appropriate. So it's going to keep her from being able to use my content. Yeah, it doesn't do, I don't even know. Let me see what my relief was for under the copyright infringement. Like, I'm not even sure what they would ever be able to do. And I was kind of put in a bind, guys, because to do this copyright infringement, because like they will not, even though they show you in your back office, like in under content detection, what videos match your content and people who are using your content, which is where I became aware of these videos, which she uses mine every night. But see, the thing is, she'll use borders to try to avoid the system from it being detected. She'll speed my videos up. She'll put her shit all over my, like, 6-up media throughout it, over it and stuff. And that's so YouTube's, like, content detection doesn't fight it. But it really doesn't matter now because the laws have changed when it comes to copyright, and YouTube doesn't get involved in copyright disputes anymore. So it's like really pointless to, like, you can't really, if you agree, you basically have to take somebody to court if you're wanting to strike them for copyright. You have to now through YouTube. There's no other way around it, because when people counter, all they have to say is, oh, I'll go to court. And YouTube immediately approves the counter and then gives the complaint, or the person filing the complaint, 10 days to show proof of a lawsuit. And so I was kind of put in a situation. You got to remember, this was before me filing a harassment. If I had already a harassment lawsuit pending, I wouldn't have had to do this. You see what I mean? I wouldn't have had to go after her in copyright court. But And now that I've got, and also for 2 weeks, we didn't even have any type of, like, I wasn't even sure if I did my filing correctly because it was pending this whole time. You know what I mean? Like pending. And I'm like, so yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry, I'm responding to a text out loud, basically. So since everybody is here, and that I knew, and you know, I knew what people were going to say and try to say. Oh, there. I just want to make this like process transparent for you guys, honestly, and let you know like this is not mean, because she's gonna try to paint it like I'm dropping everything. No, it's absolutely not true. This is basically like consolidating it in a way, in my opinion. Instead of having to go to 2 different courts and file with 2 different lawsuits, we could just focus on the one and really hit a home run on that one. You know what I mean? And I promise you that's the one that she's worried about anyways. She doesn't give 2 shits about this copyright infringement. Seriously. She doesn't care about that. And I've known that this whole time, because it's not really, like, copyright infringement is not really a big deal, honestly. See, look how much this freaking is stressing me. Just like trying to like get all this shit. Like, my face is like a tomato. Oh my god. Yeah, I talked to her a couple days ago. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to speak for her as far as like anything private about her, but yeah, we talk all the time, and she's a very good friend of mine and a very good person, and she's just handling this process, her, in grief and mourning, the best way she can. And she does have the headstone like ordered and stuff, and got that finally underway. So yeah. She's just, of course, staying away from any type of drama on YouTube when she doesn't need that extra nonsense right now. I told her I think she's going to need like a year of just like completely being in hermit mode, really. That's it. The loss that Tiffany suffered is monumental. It's beyond fathomable. And thankfully, Rhiannon went through a scare herself. Like, really, Rhiannon spent several months in the hospital with her son, and there was times she thought she was going to lose her son. My mod, Rhiannon, she's in here right now. There she is. She literally just got to be able to go spend, be at home, and She was there for months. So, yeah. I just don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't say, and plus, I don't want to. Yeah, I already told you he was passing away, and he was on a ventilator for a while. That's scary. And I'm talking about Rihanna's son. So this was crazy. How many months? 3 months? Well, I hate to say she's okay because that's not really true. You know what I mean? How I don't think you could ever. I think that would be actually kind of offensive to say she's doing okay, but I guess good for under the circumstances. She's definitely like she's not losing her mind or psychotic or whatever like some people tried to make her out to be. Like she's under the circumstances, I guess she's doing very, very well, I should say. Wow. I can't imagine. Can't imagine. And what's so devastating with Tiffany's is like, and I know not everybody knows like the situation. I mean, it's her only child. And it's like it was just them for so long. Tiffany didn't have a husband or a partner that she lived with, or she's suffered this like alone. Really, I mean, she has a great family system, or very like, family around her, but not that live with her or anything. So, you guys, I don't know. I just didn't want this to be turned into something different, so that's why I went ahead and went live about it. I didn't want it to be, a narrative to be made about what I'm actually doing. That way you guys can refer to send people to this video if they have questions when they find out one of them was dismissed. It's basically like consolidating the issue, in my opinion, down to one. It's not really, I don't know. I just don't see the purpose for both of them, to be honest. I really don't. And when I first filed the infringement, I didn't have the harassment. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't until a couple weeks later, week and a half, that the harassment lawsuit became a thing. So, is that it? I guess we're going to Should I go ahead and file it then while we're here? I don't know why. No, actually, this is. Let me check here. Okay, cool. Yeah, that one's good. Let's go to. Here we go. I'll do it with you guys. How about that? File. I'll pull it up here in a second after I get it on the screen. I make sure that nothing is. Yeah, let me put in my information first. I have to fill out my name and shit. Personal information. Let me make sure that this is the correct information. Court. Okay. Oh, here. Here we go. Here we go. Are on the e-file system. I just had to fill out my the case number up here, and above it, it was my name and stuff that I had to put in. And as you can see, there's the court case. Oh shit, you can't see. As you can see, nothing. There is the. This is the e-filing system right here. And I will put in the document here. Okay. And here we'll put response to defendant's motion to dismiss. Plaintiff's notice of voluntary dismissal due to other oh, my name's right there. That's okay. Due to other small claims lawsuit with the same party. I mean, all right. Here goes nothing. Oh, God, here we go. There you go. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But now, after we get back all the electronic service, or all the services that she doesn't accept, and I ask for alternative service methods for approval to serve through alternative method, this will help me, okay? This will help me because we definitely don't want her to be able to wiggle out of service. And you know, somebody that's so confident, you wouldn't think that they would want to do that, right? I know, Tanya, and I wish I could come on here more, but you know, what's going to happen is I'm going to end up, people come in and they try to say things, and then I get defensive, and I feel like I have to defend myself. And right now, while this lawsuit especially is pending, right? No, exactly, Mimi, exactly. Rihanna says her vote is yes. Annie says she's okay with it. Yeah, every person that's donated is either here or they got a reading in exchange. So, or I talked to privately. So that's the only reason why plus I think it's fair. I think it's, oh, hey, Brenda. Yeah, and look, guys, look at me. I mean, I cannot spend that much time on the two of them. It's just overwhelming, right? I want to do a one and done and get it over with. And the most important one is the one we need to focus on. And to Tanya's comment, once this stuff is settled and stuff, I'll try to come back occasionally. I mean, let's hope we get some kind of movement in Summerwell's case. Like, it's okay, Brenda. Thank you. I mean, I'd honestly would have preferred her to have just been a decent person, you know, and just stopped. But she hasn't, you know, she hasn't at all. You know, I'm also getting a statement from the probation, you know, Fred's probation and everything. Like, I'm doing everything I can to show what's been going on. It's so much. It's unreal. And this is the case that we need to focus on, the harassment defamation case, because that's the main issue. I just want her to leave me alone. I could give a fuck less about a copyright infringement case. I've pretty much told you guys that since the beginning, that I just want her to leave me alone. There's a lot of people who use my content all the time. A lot of people use my content all the time, and it's a lot of times for negative purposes. But it's different, and I think people know this with what she's done specifically. And that's what, this is just unfortunately the process we have to take in order to, there's a process, especially with this type of online stuff. You have to do a protective order, and then you have to do a small claims harassment lawsuit. And then you can call the police and have them arrested for harassment, you know? It's really hard to just, you know, call the police and be like, oh, this person is harassing me online. You have to have like a court order. But look how hard like certain ones are trying to shut us up, though. and they're harassing us. There's others too, and trust and believe, like, it's being paid attention to and being documented. But in this case, with the defendant, and currently there is just so, and none of the other people that claim to support her care. Like, they're just driving her right into her. They don't care. They're egging it on because she's the one that's going to be, dealing with the consequences. They don't care. They're cheering her on, and I think so too. That's exactly true. The threats from her and her putting her daughter's life in danger is far more important than copyright. Exactly. And we don't even, and yeah. So she's claimed, from what I've heard, that she can't wait to face me in court and stuff. So, file into the harassment lawsuit and let's go. There's several things I have to do this weekend concerning it. We're obviously on a time crunch. I have to also make sure all my evidence is like on. I have to upload all my evidence like on like a thumb drive and get everything organized. I need to contact the clerk and see how I'm going to present the video evidence, if I could use, or if there's like, if it's going to be like kind of like the other time I took her to court where I handed the judge all the evidence. I made a brief statement, and then and the witnesses spoke, and then I, turned in all my evidence, which the defendant showed all over YouTube, including my private prescription, and also posted the inside of the courtroom during that hearing, which is absolutely illegal, guys. Oh, that's another thing, guys. That's going to come up in the hearing too, and somebody could be arrested over that, because that is strictly prohibited in Shelby County courts. Like, you cannot like record proceedings. And somebody, I know who, it was Lady CG, recorded the proceedings illegally. There was only 2 witnesses, and that's who, which was one of the circle jerks, gave it to the defendant, and she put it on her YouTube channel, and that is like very illegal, extremely illegal. And so Lady CG might be getting a warrant for her arrest for, just doing that. And I don't know, and that's just more evidence for me. Like, it's crazy. You can put up you could put that up on a screen, but you can't even screen on YouTube, but you can't even, she used stuff from those court proceedings for content on YouTube, but she would run out the back door when the sheriff came to serve her. It's crazy. And that's just, I know, exactly. You're egging her on to continue her behavior and sit back and laugh at her for getting in trouble for it. Yes. For talking about little prison. I mean, it's crazy. It's the sexual stuff is crazy. But you guys, Though, yeah, I put my daughter's life in danger when she, like I said, contact the biological father of my daughter's family, guys. Like, and tried contacting him, but he was, of course, in prison at the time. Like, and then told him where I lived. Like, that's super dangerous. Hey, got change? Firecrackers? Why? No, thank you. So yeah, that way we can put all the energy into the one, not have to worry about also filing any more documents with the other one, and then also having to pay for another. I'd have to register the other video too, because and spend more money on registering a second video that I brought up in the infringement case. But see, I don't know. Who would get in trouble for that, Annie? I mean, obviously it's harassment, and it would show proof of her harassing me. But as far as a charge, who would be the one? I would think it'd be the one that recorded it. And I had no idea. You guys, I just saw that for the first time a week ago when I was like getting evidence for court. I swear, I never saw that before. And I was like, whoa. I heard people talking about it, but I had never seen it. Yeah, that's another good idea, Tanya, is I'm going to I'll probably contact Duke Electric and I do have emails, like they forwarded emails that were sent to them and stuff like that to me. I do have emails but see, I have to show stuff that I can prove was actually her without a doubt. And unfortunately for her, she's bragged about a lot of this online, So, drunk probably, low lifers. Yeah, I know that person's name who recorded it too. Like, they did not tell me that they were going to do that. But of course, I mean, it makes sense because the whole time that they were planning on, it was all a plan for them to like turn on me and all come up with this plan to go against me. So of course, she would record it at the time that she could later use for content. I do have screenshots and stuff of that stuff that she was posting about that and bragging about it. So there's no way of getting out of it. It's you guys, I'm so confident in this defamation lawsuit. Like it should have been done a long time ago, but and I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, should we take a poll? Do you think that she will stop? Like, if there's a court order against her, or do you think it's going to take her getting arrested? Hold on. If somebody legally records court proceedings and gives it to a different person to post online, which one would be in trouble? It says both parties can be in trouble, but the person who illegally records the proceedings faces primary liability for violating court orders. The person who posts it may also face civil liability for harassment or privacy violations, depending on intent, through the First Amendment, sometimes protects publishing illegally obtained public information. So the person who posts it may also face civil liability for harassment. See what I'm saying? I have absolute proof of the harassment. Like that right there it's big. I mean, and on top of that, the protective order I've had and all the other stuff. I'm not going to get into everything specifically because a lot of you are thinking that, see, I mean, with her ego, I don't know. I really do wonder if there is, when there's a court order, that if she'll continue exactly like it didn't happen and then say, you know, like she did the first time and claim it was fake and all that. That's crazy, guys. I can't imagine being that. That was Tanya. That wasn't the defendant. That was Nana for life. I did talk to her previous employer, yes, and they gave me a number to who I need to speak to when it comes to that, because that person couldn't, wasn't allowed to obviously give me that type of information. I still honestly need to contact them. I do plan on doing that once once I have time. A lot, Rhiannon, a lot, but that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna try to be quiet about anything. I'm gonna try to be quiet since I'm in legal proceedings. Yeah, I don't know why people put their freedom in jeopardy like that just because of the ego or some kind of online feud, when like literally this is like a one-way thing. Like, I just want to be left alone. I mean, how hard is that to do? We wouldn't even be going through this like if if she would just drop her ego, not let that's what keeps her doing this. And plus the people who don't obviously care about her that are encouraging her to do that, because they're not the ones that are, facing legal consequences. I know, Mimi. It is relaxing though, also. Dude, I just dread these turtles getting really big. Because you should have saw its poop yesterday. When the turtle pooped, oh my god. I'm sorry to be gross, but I was like, oh my god. It is going to be gross when it gets bigger. It was just like it clouded the whole area it was in when it took a top. It was crazy. And it's like this big now. Well, they're like that big. And I'm just like wondering, wow, when it gets once it gets bigger and they're growing rapidly, it's really, here, let me see if I can show you it. It's really nice. I love it. It's really, really nice. We take really good care of it. A poo eater. Do those allergy eaters eat? Does the allergy eaters eat poop too? Yeah, I do think that's probably going to be what we're going to do. We've been talking about that anyways, and I'm pretty sure that several of these guppies are pregnant. There's one in there that is kind of like a. It's a here. Let me and I'll grab this right here. Turn down my volume. We gotta pull you guys up on my. I can't. Here, let me change. Oh shit! Let me change the. Change the camera and then I'll let's see if we can switch over. Okay. Put my phone right here. Bandit. So we did have it, that one. Now look at this bad boy. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, if you'll see it, there he goes. Oh, watch him. It's funny. Watch him. They'll fight over it. It's hilarious.
really grow, dude.
Oh my God, like crazy. Look at him. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Oh, that's all the way over here. Uh-oh, it's dropped it. Go get it. Better get it. Uh-oh, Bandit's like, what do you see?
I can't believe it took him almost a month to realize they was even anything there. Took him forever to realize or to even notice him.
Is he jealous? He gets like, hey, Jane. I was just wondering about you just yesterday. He just noticed them recently. It's funny. He'll sit and stare at him. Go say hi to the turtle. Come here. There. That fish has poop hanging out its butt. And it looks pregnant.
Bunch of them pregnant.
That one's definitely pregnant. They get a dark spot on their belly.
There's like 25 in all right now, but there's about half of them that's females.
There's one of them that has like no tail, and it's like, I don't know what's wrong with it, but this one's a 65, so yeah. And I don't even know if it's going to be big enough. Might need to get like 100-gallon or something crazy. Another worm. He can't. That's too much. He still has a worm on his freaking beak thing, like a little piece. That's funny. Can't do that trick anymore. Time for another water change. Well, we only change like a quarter of the water at a time. But about time again.
At least they're fed good.
It's so funny. They pull each other around with the worm. It's hilarious. What, Athena? You guys say hi? Oh yeah, we have we have that. Like if they get, we have stuff you have to add to the water and stuff.
You have to treat the water.
Yeah, you have to treat it.
We have to treat that much to go back in.
Like for example, let's see. We have, I can't reach this all the way over here, but we have sludge destroyer. Let's see. We have, let's see, another sludge destroyer. Water conditioner. And we have this that gets added to. Who would thought that you need salt for even fresh water? We have that's another conditioner. That takes out the chlorine. There's one here. Oh, that must be it right here. No, this right here. That's if they get any type of wounds or anything, you know. But that doesn't add right away. We don't have that. We got, they like these. We got more of those. And this is what we feed the fish. We feed them this. I want to get more brine shrimp to hatch, but I haven't had the extra money to do that right yet. And then I was doing it, but I'm out. And then I also feed the fish. I crush this up. Because they're too small right yet for, yeah. They're very well taken care of, for sure. Have an amazing tank. And then we're going to use that small tank. It's not really small. It's probably like a 20-gallon tank or whatever. It's not like super small. But we'll use that for if when any babies come for any guppy babies, to separate them. But yeah, we have like two heaters here, over here. We have 3 filters. We have this big one in the back that has the water. Let me see if you can see. The water right here. Here, I'll do it like that so you can see it better. That's a filter. We have that one back there. And then that one in the corner, too. So that one. Oh, look at it, still eating the turtle still. The fish will try to eat on the worms too. Any like little drops or anything that the turtle may leave behind, the fish eat on. But honestly, I don't know